That night, under the flickering starlight of Nevada, everything changed. My heart raced. Stars twinkled like whispers, but something otherworldly pulled at me. Sarah and I were stargazing, a typical adventure for us. Then we saw them, pulsating lights on the horizon, electric and strange. Fear clawed at my gut, but curiosity overpowered it. We crept toward an old military storage facility. The air felt thick, heavy with secrets. The facility loomed, cold and eerie. Lifting a rusted hatch, I stumbled upon documents. Words like covert operations and disappeared jumped off the page, rattling me. My mother's name floated through the chaos. I froze, pulse pounding. Was this about her? Those memories, the ones she never spoke of, rushed back, filling me with dread. A shadow flickered nearby. My breath hitched as I sensed someone was watching. Panic enveloped me. We shouldn't be here. Heart racing, I could hear my own thoughts screaming. Thunderous silence engulfed the place, broken only by a soft rustling. Was that someone? No, something? My hands trembled. Suddenly, a low voice echoed from behind. "What are you doing here?" The chill of it shot down my spine. My skin prickled, every hair raised in terror. I turned, adrenaline surging as we locked eyes with a man cloaked in darkness, shrouded in purpose. Every instinct screamed to run, yet the truth about my mother anchored me. My thoughts crashed like waves. Was I willing to risk my own identity? The documents felt like a ticking time bomb in my hands. I wanted to flee, but that truth danced just out of reach. I had stumbled onto something bigger than myself, something dangerous. "Get away from her," Sarah shouted, stepping between us, defiance etched on her face. But I could see the fear behind her eyes. Time froze. I could sense the threat in the air, palpable and suffocating. My heart thudded louder than ever. And then, I heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps, heavy, measured, closing in on us. Panic surged again, choking me. My breath caught in my throat. A rush of realization hit. The truth I craved was slipping from my grasp, and something even worse was about to happen. Would we live to tell this tale, or would we vanish like whispers in the night? Before you go on, let me tell you something. A lot of people have been saying that YouTube, out of nowhere, unsubscribes them from the channel. Take a quick look to make sure the red button is on. That way you won't miss any of the videos still to come. And while you're at it, hit the like button, because it really helps me keep bringing you stories like this. Oh, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'd love to know. The man stepped closer, shadows swirling around him. "You shouldn't be here," he said, but something in his eyes shifted. Fear coiled tight in my chest. Was he a threat, or something else? Then Sarah gasped. "What are you hiding?" Her voice cracked, slicing through the tension. The mystery hung heavy. The man glanced at me, and suddenly, everything was clear. My heart dropped. I felt bile rise. It couldn't be. You know my mother?" My voice trembled, disbelief choking me. He nodded, a grim acknowledgement. She was part of this. My world tilted. Everything I thought I knew shattered. The footsteps grew nearer. My breath quickened. I needed an answer, but the truth felt like a knife at my throat. "What did you do to her?" I blurted, desperate. He swallowed hard. It was her choice. Time froze. Anguish flooded me. Choice? I felt betrayed, twisted. How could she? Sarah's eyes widened, shock mirrored in mine. "You knew? What else had been kept from me?" The silence pressed, thick like fog. Would I ever see my mother again? The man's voice pierced the dark. If you want to know, you have to come with me. Every nerve screamed to run, but I was already unraveling. Could I trust him? Could I trust anyone? And then, a piercing scream shattered the night. It echoed in the void, leaving questions swirling in my mind like broken pieces. A cold wave of dread washed over me, constricting my throat. A scream echoed, the sound blending with my racing heartbeat. My gaze darted around, and then it hit me. Sarah's face paled, her eyes widening in horror. "What did you do to her?" I managed to choke out. The man's expression shifted. "It's not what you think. Your mother, she had to sacrifice something to keep you safe." A sense of betrayal seared through me. "Safe? You took her away." My voice wavered, raw with disbelief. My chest tightened, suffocating. Sarah stepped back, confusion twisting her features. "Is this true?" I turned at her, desperate. "You knew, didn't you? All those times you stayed late, whispered on the phone? What else?" Her silence slashed through me, leaving a void where trust once dwelled. The world around us blurred. I felt untethered, weightless, ready to fall. The footsteps grew louder, ominous, an unending drumbeat of impending doom. I trembled, moments of fear spiraling into real terror. "Come with me," the man urged, but his voice twisted like a knife in my gut. Would I follow him into the abyss? Shadows danced around us, pressing closer. "Who are you really?" I rasped, each word heavy with accusation. He hesitated, but time was running out. A flicker of recognition flashed in his eyes. "She never wanted you to find out." Pain grabbed my heart, a vice squeezing tighter. Secrets, betrayal, they were all I knew now. Would I walk into darkness or fight for the truth? The silence screamed between us, a question left hanging in the air, trembling with tension. "Wait." My heart thudded, a heavy drum in my chest. "What do you mean, sacrifice? What did she give up?" His eyes flickered, shadows deepening. "Your father." Anguish turned my stomach over. "My father? I've never even met him." He stepped closer, a storm brewing in his gaze. "Exactly. Your mother had to make a choice, to protect you from the truth, to protect you from him." I staggered back, nausea rising. "Him? Who is he?" A cold laugh escaped the man's lips, sending chills rippling down my spine. "He's the reason you're here, why she vanished." Terror clawed at me. "What do you mean?" "Your father isn't just anyone. He's part of the very darkness we're tangled in." Fear gripped my heart tighter. I felt Sarah staring, confusion morphing into betrayal. "You knew all along, didn't you?" Her silence was deafening. The footsteps drew nearer, urgency pressing against my skin. "We need to go, now!" I shouted, the word an anchor. "I can't leave without knowing." The man's jaw tightened. "You don't understand. If you stay, you'll lose everything." Could I trust him? My body trembled. What was the truth? What else was hidden? Suddenly, a distant scream pierced the night, raw and haunting. The air thickened with dread. What had we stumbled into? I felt the weight of secrets pouring over me, suffocating. And then, your mother didn't just disappear. She was taken. Because of him. I breathed in sharply, a lump forming. My chest tightened. The truth hurt, sharp as glass. Could I handle this? Would I even survive the answers? The darkness loomed, deafening and dense, and in that moment, I realized there was nowhere left to run. The man's words hung in the air, heavy and suffocating. I stumbled back, my pulse racing. "What do you mean? My father?" He nodded, and the coldness in his eyes struck me like a blade. I felt dizzy. He's involved in everything. Your mother was trying to escape him. She thought leaving was her only option. "No," I gasped, sinking to the ground. "It can't be." Sarah's face twisted in confusion, her gaze darting between us. "You knew! You hid this from me!" My heart cracked anew. Betrayal and anger surged through me like fire. "I didn't know anything. How could she do this? Why?" The footsteps drew even closer, and I could feel the weight of the darkness threatening to envelop us. "We have to go," the man urged, desperation lacing his tone. But I couldn't move. "Wait, what else is there?" Suddenly, a loud crash shattered the air. A figure emerged from the shadows, tall and menacing. "Too late," it growled. Time froze. My breath hitched, and fear flooded my veins. I wanted to scream, to run, but that revelation sank deep, heavy like a stone in my chest. My mother had made a choice. Was I a pawn in someone else's game? "Who are you?" I managed to choke out, anger and disbelief boiling. The figure stepped closer, revealing a familiar face. My heart sank. It was someone I had trusted. "I'm sorry, but it's time you know the truth," they said. My mind raced, trying to piece it together. "What truth? What are you involved in?" "Everything, and it's not what you think," the figure said, the coldness of their voice chilling my blood. A sinking feeling clawed at my gut. I could feel the ground slipping away beneath me. "Why didn't you tell me?" I whispered, each word tasting like ash. My whole world started to unravel, thoughts colliding. I couldn't breathe. Who had I been aligning with? "What's going on?" Sarah's voice trembled, fear creeping in. The looming shadows thickened around us. And just like that, silence wrapped us in an icy grip. Would I ever be free from this web of lies? The weight of the truth felt like a noose tightening around my neck, and the night's darkness closed in, leaving a haunting question echoing in my mind. What darkness had I unwittingly invited into my life? I could barely breathe as I stared at the figure, confusion and anger swirling like a storm in my chest. "What truth?" My voice came out shaky, barely above a whisper. "Your mother," they started, but the words caught. Fear rippled through me. "She didn't want you to know this." "Know what?" I urged, panic clawing at me. The figure leaned closer, their eyes cold. "You are not your mother's child." Everything froze. My heart pounded like thunder, a sickening wave washing over me. "What do you mean?" I croaked, my throat tight. "You were adopted," they said. "And your real father? He's alive." I felt the ground drop from beneath me, a void opening wide. "No," I gasped, the truth enveloping me, twisting like a knife. Sarah's shocked expression felt like a betrayal. "You lied to me. Get away from her," I screamed, unable to hold my tears back. The shadows seemed to close in, and I stood there, lost, shattered. Everything I had known shattered like glass. Who was I? And why did none of it make sense? The darkness loomed, an endless uncertainty stretching before me. Would I ever escape this tangled web? My mind reeled. Adoption? Lies? I could barely stand. Sweat dripped down my back. "No, this can't be true." But even as I protested, a chilling thought pierced through. Was the man before me the one who had kept my mother shackled in fear? Anguish churned in my gut. "Who are you really?" My voice trembled. It was a desperate, broken plea. He hesitated, eyes darting away. "I was part of the team that took her." My breath hitched, a cold wave of nausea crashing over me. The world spun. How could this be happening? I staggered back, feeling Sarah's eyes on me, horror etched in her expression. Betrayal morphed into something darker. Fear. "No," I gasped. "You were supposed to protect me." "Not all secrets are meant to be kept," he shot back, urgency radiating from him as shadows drew near. I wanted to scream, to run, but the truth clamped down like a vice. The air thickened with dread. Silence fell, heavy as a stone. "Wait," I whispered, clutching my chest, heart hammering. "What do you mean they took her?" But the words lingered, unanswered, shrouded in darkness. A chilling realization settled in. I wasn't only a victim. I was a pawn in a game much larger than myself. A sharp crack echoed. The darkness shifted. Time splintered. "Come with me," the figure urged, panic edging into his voice. But my eyes were locked on his, a mirror reflecting shattered lives. Everything had changed, and now I stood on the precipice of ruin. Could I trust anyone? The gnawing uncertainty throbbed in my veins. I felt the room closing in, shadows creeping. What had I stumbled into? Then a whisper. An unseen threat loomed large in the silence, wrapping around my throat. "Your father," he trailed off, leaving more questions hanging. I could barely breathe. My heart raced, pounding against my ribcage. What if he came for me too? Would I become a shadow, lost to their secrets? Would I ever find her? Or was I destined to become one of their ghosts? My breath caught in my throat as the truth settled like a lead weight. "You're lying," I gasped, pressing my hands to my temples, as if that could somehow push away the horror. The figure stepped forward, urgency etched on their features. "I swear, you are the daughter of a monster, and your mother, she did what she had to protect you. You're not even human." My hands shook violently, and the world around me blurred. The reality hit harder than any fist. "What do you mean?" I whispered, a lump in my throat. My heart raced unfathomably fast, every beat hammering in my ears. "What do you mean I'm not human?" "Listen to me." The voice was strained, desperate. "You were engineered a weapon." A cold sweat drenched my back. "Stop," I yelled, fear morphing into a pulsating rage. "Get away from me." Sarah's expression shattered. "What? You can't be serious." But those words echoed endlessly in my mind. I staggered back, feeling nauseous, my stomach churning. Memory flickered like a candle snuffed out too soon. The strange things I saw in mirrors, swift movements, instincts beyond normal. What if they were right? No, no. I shook my head vehemently, trying to grasp onto something real. Desperation slurred my thoughts. "I don't believe you." But the unyielding silence around us thickened. Shadows crept closer, making the air feel electric and cold. Suddenly, I caught a glimmer in their eyes, fear reflected back. "You need to run. I swear, you're in danger." These words spiraled through me like a whirlwind, and panic clawed at my throat. "Who's after me?" I pleaded, but the answer felt trapped in the heavy silence. Then a chilling laugh broke through the darkness, a sound I recognized. My heart dropped. The betrayal cut deep. "Was it you?" I turned to the figure who'd once embodied safety. "Was it you all along?" The weight of their silence knotted into a noose around my heart. No matter what truths were spun from this moment, one thing was clear. The nightmare was just beginning, and I was tangled in it. I felt the air grow thick, suffocating. "What do you mean I'm not human?" I gasped, bile rising in my throat. My legs felt weak. "You were engineered? A weapon?" I stumbled back, disbelief coursing through me like ice. Then he said it. "You're their daughter." My heart stopped. Confusion morphed into crushing despair. "No," I shouted, tears stinging my eyes. I couldn't breathe. Sarah's face twisted in horror, regret flashing in her gaze. "You never told me!" I turned. "Told you what?" But she looked away, guilty. Shadows crept, thickening around us. "Your father has been watching you," the figure said. "He wants you back." Panic surged. "What? Why? What does he want?" Desperation clawed at my throat. "Everything you are." My pulse pounded. My heart dropped. Would I ever be free? The darkness clawed closer, questions entangling me. What had I walked into? The silence felt oppressive, heavy with fractures. We're in danger. The weight of uncertainty crashed down on me. Would I become another lost whisper? Shoulders shaking, I faced the figure, a raw wound in my life's fabric. I can't be part of this. Panic surged, but the truth pressed heavily on my chest. I won't let my mother's choices define me. "Then run," he urged, a flicker of urgency in his eyes, "before he finds you." In that moment, I understood the gravity of my existence. "Sarah, we have to go," I said, forcing strength into my trembling limbs. She nodded, horror and determination warring in her gaze. Together, we turned toward the darkness, toward freedom. With the truth behind me, I resided in the faint hope of possibility. We sprinted into the night, shadows trailing, unearthing the strength born from pain, ready to forge our own path. This was just the beginning. You need to subscribe now to ensure you don't miss the next gripping story. This is the moment to show your support. Press the like button now to help the algorithm. I want to hear from you. Write your reactions and theories about this ending in the comments below. Share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see what happens next. If you liked my story, keep going and watch the next one that's appearing now. I think it will move you too.